In this video I'm going to talk about down jackets for the desert, specifically down jackets for multi-stage self-support desert races. In these races the competitors are running with they're carrying their sleeping bag, they're carrying their clothing, they're carrying their food, possibly for a whole week, they're carrying their fuel, they're carrying medical equipment and so on. And it's absolutely critical that they consider how to lighten the load, how to go with a very, very lightweight pack. Running with a rucksack really just drives you towards trying to make it as light as you can. Down jackets are absolutely superb for the desert because the desert it goes very cold at night. There's no cloud cover, there's no moisture above a desert, so the temperature drops very, very quickly. Where you may race during the day at plus 40, plus 50. Some desert races even go much warmer than that. Where you're racing at these very high temperatures, at night time it drops. The MDS, for instance, typically the nighttime temperatures are about 4 degrees C. That's air frost temperature. In the UK that's cold enough for you to have to scrape the ice off the windscreen of your car, so it is cold. But of course down sleeping bags and down clothing are perfect for desert racing conditions because it's a very dry climate, and down and very, very lightweight fabrics with it perform superbly well in that sort of climate. I just want to run through some of the options that we make that would be suitable for desert racing. And then I'm going to make a recommendation to just say what I feel is the best piece of kit and what I would suggest you take, and it's certainly what I would choose. I'm going to start with the Wafer gear first, the Wafer jacket. This is a very, very lightweight jacket. It was the first super lightweight piece of gear that we made, and we designed it a few years ago. We've tweaked it since it was first developed, but I'll just run through the details of it. It's a waist length jacket. It's filled with 1000 fill power down. 1000 fill power down is the highest quality down in the world, and it allows us to make lighter gear. That's why we use it. It's waist length. It has an elasticated hem, and the back of it is a drop tail hem, so it just covers over the top of your backside. We've got hand warmer pockets. By that I mean when you put your hands inside, the down is over the top of your hand, so you get instant warmth for your hands. And we've got very lightweight zips on those number 3 YKK zips, super light, and super light zip on the front of the jacket. We've got elasticated lycra cuffs to seal off the cuff there to stop cold air getting in, and we've got a down-filled collar to seal around your neck and stop cold air getting in there. Everything about the garment is super lightweight. You can see that we've constructed it. It's stitched through garment, and that's a very lightweight way of creating a down garment. And you can see that the down baffles, when they're filled with down, we've also put a stitch line down the front there. So we call them tram lines. You can see them on the back, that's why we call them tram lines. That's to create a cell and to stop the down drifting and moving around that panel, keeps it in place. Okay, so that's the Wafer jacket, and it's perfect for desert racing. It's rated at 0 degrees centigrade, and it's exceptionally light, and it packs down into an exceptionally small stuff sack. This has been a very popular jacket both for desert races and for UK use. An awful lot of people use this on the UK mountains and elsewhere, of course, around the world. But super lightweight, super simple, that sort of very lightweight approach with minimalistic features and lightweight fabrics and the lightest possible option with down, that achieves us an incredibly lightweight piece of kit. It's windproof, downproof, all makes it beautiful for use in the desert and on the mountains as well. After we developed this a few years ago, after a while it's very popular, and after a while we looked at it and said, can we improve on it? And that's when we developed the Wafer Ultima. It's based on the Wafer, But there's a few critical changes that have made it better. First off, we've gone from this fabric, which is a 10 denier fabric, 10x, we've gone lighter. We've gone to 7 denier fabric called 7x. Downproof, windproof, super fabric, incredibly light. So first off, we've gone with lighter down, and you can see lightweight fabrics allow the down to loft further. If you use a heavy fabric, it compresses the down, it reduces the insulation. So the lighter the fabric, the better, as long as it can cope with the activities that it's being put into. So we've put 7 denier down on the garment, and you can see it. You can see how well that down is lofting there. It's absolutely superb. We've kept the pattern the same, but we've made a couple of critical changes. We've lengthened the garment, so it's actually a little bit longer. It comes lower down onto your front, below your waist. That is to just increase the warmth around your waist and your hips. So we've made it longer, and we've also brought the collar up higher. We wanted to just try and get that collar a little bit better at closing off any cold air, and rather than making it narrower, because everyone has a different size neck width, rather than making it narrower, we made it taller, so it comes higher up under your chin, so it seals off at the chin. So it's quite a lot higher, that collar. It's down-filled, very, very warm. So that's the Wafer Ultimas. They're a little bit lighter than the Wafers, but we feel they're warmer. That was the design we tried to get. How can we make them superb? The 7x fabric is available in black or red. This is another Wafer Ultima. And the garment has an optional hood. You can choose the hood on the website. And there's a very simple hood, so that it's light as possible. It's downfilled and incredibly warm. I mean, it makes such a massive difference if you cover your head. The front of the hood the face of the hood is lycra, so it just pulls it in, and it's a stud-on, stud-off hood. It's quite close fitting. It's not a helmet hood, it's close fitting, so it's as light as possible. It doesn't add much weight at all, but it adds an incredible amount of warmth. So that's the Wafer Ultima jacket. Right, I'll put those there. There is a lighter version of the Wafer Ultima, and that's the pullover. In this case, it's a short length zip. It lightens the garment, and some people prefer a pullover style or a smock style garment. But there's two changes. One is that it's a short zip, so you've saved weight there, and the pockets here are a hand warmer pockets, but they're a through pocket. You can put your hands in and go all the way through, like a kangaroo pocket. So you can put your hands and hold your hands if they're cold, or rub your hands if they're cold. It's really nice when you get to use it. And the pocket is very large here. It's from here all the way down to the bottom. So it is a large pocket, very comfortable. So that's the Wafer Ultima pullover. It packs down absolutely tiny. And that's how it packs down. That's your down jacket. Absolutely remarkable piece of kit. So that's the pullover. And then I'll just show you one other piece of lightweight gear. We've gone further. We've made the lightest down top in the world, and this is the WaferLite shirt. It is suitable for a desert race, but it's not as warm. It's rated at +5 degrees C, so not far off actually. Pretty handy. You can see it's a 7x fabric, 7 denier fabric. We've gone with similar features: lycra cuffs, down-filled collar. The bottom is, again, it's waist level, but it's not quite as long as the Wafer Ultima, and it's a simpler construction with just a little bit of elastic on the sides. So it's a formed hem and then just elastic at the side just to pull it in. That's a lighter system. And the collar here is slightly lower. It's not quite as pronounced and high. And the big difference is there's less down in it, of course, and we've got cells. We've created stitch lines to form cells to hold the down in place so it won't move, and there's no pockets on it. So we've really gone all out to make the lightest possible down garment. It's rated at +5 and it weighs 125 grams. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's probably lighter than, well, it's lighter than a t-shirt. It's just ridiculously light and warm. Okay, so those are the sort of places you can go. You could also go to something like this, the jacket I'm wearing. It's a Minimus jacket rated at -5. You would certainly use this jacket or you'd certainly look at this as an option if you were using a half bag as your sleep system. The Desert Race half bag, along with this, will give a 3-degree temperature rating for night for sleeping. So you could use your down jacket and a half bag, like the Desert Race half bag. If you're using a jacket to replace a sleeping bag, it has to be a lot warmer. Your metabolic rate slows, your body temperature drops. You need more insulation to get through the night. So this is the sort of jacket you could use with a half bag to sleep. This replaces a sleeping bag top. Okay, so these here are the sorts of options I've worked on and we've developed for desert racing. And really, where are we going to suggest, or what do I suggest to runners in the MDS or desert races? Well, my choice is the Wafer Ultima. It's the warmest and best performing jacket for weight to warmth out of the jackets I've shown you. The pullover, it really does pack down tiny. So that's the lightest possible option. Short zip, hand warmer pockets, through pockets, and it packs down to just that. Also, when you really drill down and look at the weights of garments, which is what you're going to do when you look at every gram matters when you're saving weight for a desert multi-stage race. This jacket weighs near on half the weight of the Minimus. So it really is at the extreme end of what's possible and what is really well designed and suitable for desert racing. So the Wafer Ultima pullover is really top of that list, along with the Wafer Ultima jacket. That's the number one jacket for the MDS or for a desert race. It's a jacket, full zip version. Most people buy the jackets. Most people prefer a jacket to a pullover. So the real number one choice for MDS or of the desert races is the Wafer Ultima jacket. It packs down to that sort of size. You can make it even warmer by adding a hood. An absolutely superb piece of kit, and that's my recommendation for any of the desert races. All right, cheers.